Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the power of semen retention. Now, you see a lot of semen retention videos out there on social media, on YouTube, and most of the people that make these semen retention videos, most of them only talk about the superficial things about semen retention, the physical aspects of semen retention. How to semen retention makes you look attractive, or getting on semen retention to get girls and get females and things of that nature. But most of them don't talk about the deep spiritual aspects when it comes to semen retention, right? There's a correlation between semen retention, or semen, and spirituality, right? They coincide with each other, right? So in this specific video, I'm going to be breaking down not only what semen retention is, but the connection between semen retention and spirituality. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for those of you that don't know what semen retention is, I'm pretty sure you guys know what semen retention is, but for the people who don't know, semen retention is basically abstaining from releasing sexual/life force energy, right? So semen retention, basically you're holding on to your seed, you're holding on to your semen, you're holding on to your life force, right? Semen is used to, create life. That's how potent and that's how powerful semen is, right? So when you are practicing semen retention, you are practicing from abstaining or releasing. You are practicing from releasing your sexual energy, your life source energy. All right. So why is it important for males, you gentlemen watching this video, why is it important for you gentlemen to practice semen retention? Semen retention provides many physical, mental, and spiritual benefits, including developing self-discipline, developing higher levels of testosterone, and developing a deeper connection with self. So there are many benefits, there are many things that you can reap when you practice semen retention. I have a video detailing the specific benefits that you can experience, the benefits of semen retention. I'll leave that link down in the description if you guys want to check that out. But a lot of you fellas can really reap the benefits of semen retention, right? Especially you fellas that are single, get on semen retention, right? Develop that self-discipline to get on semen retention, right? It can be hard at first. You don't have to start out by trying to, go a month or go a year. Take baby steps. Try to get on semen retention for at least a week, right? And then increase the time as you start to get better, start developing that self-discipline, right? If you're in a relationship, if you have a girlfriend or you're married, practice no-fap, right? No-fap is, abstaining from masturbation, right? So I encourage all of you guys to practice semen retention, because it has helped me a great deal too. I've been on semen retention before and I'm still on it now. I believe the longest I ever gone was about a year maybe, and I can tell you guys the benefits that you will experience, developing your higher self, establishing a connection with your higher self, having confidence, having that self-confidence, testosterone, because there's an attack on your testosterone. There's an attack on men's testosterone. So semen retention can help a great deal when it comes to increasing your testosterone, and just many other great benefits in general, right? So you fellas out there watching this video, I encourage you all to get on semen retention, right? And females, the women, they can notice that. I don't like talking about superficial stuff like that, but women can sense that. Women can sense that semen retention aura. Women can sense that semen retention power, that energy that you uphold, that energetic field that you have when you practice semen retention, right? Women's intuition is higher than those males. So women can sense that. Women can sense that confidence within you. All right, so let's get into the semen retention and spiritual connection. Right, like I said in the beginning, there's a correlation, there is a link, there is a relationship between semen retention and spirituality. All right, so in ancient Kemetic teachings, it is stated that semen is produced in the bone marrow, located at the base of the spine, which is located specifically within the sacrum part of the spine, which is the lower part of the spine, or the root chakra, right? The semen is produced in the bone marrow and it starts in the root chakra, right? That's the lowest chakra that's within the human body. That's the lowest energy center within the human body. And it's also located exactly at the sacrum part of the spine, of the human spine. Okay? So the lower spine controls semen emission centers that govern our ability to procreate. Okay? This is the energy that sits at the base of the spine, or the energy that sits at the base of the spine. Let me slow down a little bit. Getting ahead of myself, getting a little bit too excited talking about this subject. The energy that sits at the base of the spine is called Kundalini, right? You hear about this in the Hindu scriptures, in the Hindu teachings, in the Hindu religion. The Kundalini is the serpent energy, right? That's at the beginning of the base of the spine, right? And once you raise that Kundalini energy up through meditation, you're able to ignite the power centers, the 7 main chakras, the 7 main power centers within the body. So it starts at the root chakra, then it goes all the way up to the crown chakra, right? It's that serpent energy, right? The snake, the serpent, is the symbol for the Kundalini energy, okay? So when our sexual energy is stuck at the lower centers, right? The lower centers of our body, we can fall into sexual desires, lust, etc. Right? When our sexual energy is stuck at the root chakra, when it's stuck at the sacral chakra, we can be prone to, lust, our lustful thoughts, our lustful desires, our sexual desires. Right? When we look at a female, with lust, right? We're already bound down to our knees and things of that nature, right? Because we're stuck at our lower nature. We're at our lower selves. We're at our lower nature, right? And that's all we think about is sex, 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 lust, lust, lust. We look at women in a derogatory way. We look at women as sex objects, right? Some women treat themselves like sex objects, but I know there are a lot of great women out there. But when we're stuck at our lower nature, we tend to look at women as sex objects, and we just want to, have sex with them and things of that nature. We don't want to get to know them, right? So this makes us look at women totally differently. It reprograms our mind, reprograms our subconscious mind to look at women a specific way, okay? So when we raise our Kundalini energy, when we raise our serpent energy to higher chakras, right? We can channel that sacred sexual energy to something meaningful, right? So when we channel that sexual energy, right? Sexual energy is spiritual energy. When we channel that sexual energy up, when we raise that sexual energy up to our higher chakras, we can utilize that sexual energy to, do many different things, to, stay disciplined on our semen retention, focusing on our purpose, developing higher knowledge, acquiring higher knowledge and wisdom, right? Because sexual energy is very powerful, right? Sexual energy is very powerful. So once we use that powerful energy, we raise that powerful energy up within our own being, we can use that sexual energy to do many great things in our lives, right? So when we're, watching porn, masturbating, doing all these specific things, we don't realize how potent and how powerful our semen is, right? The ancient Egyptians knew this. The ancient Kemetic people actually knew this. They knew how powerful our semen was. They knew how powerful and sacred our semen was.
He is depicted here in a startling and highly graphic bas-relief, and this ancient image includes a seminal revelation about the advanced scientific knowledge of the Egyptians that cannot be explained by academics even today.
This remarkable relief on the outer wall of the sanctuary, the Holy of Holies, depicts Amun in his role of Min, the god or principle of procreation, of insemination. And as we see in graphic form, the king has semen being ejected from his erect phallus. And over here we see a jug, an offering, a little offering bowl with water being poured from it, but the entire scene itself, or the entire little depiction, is actually a graphic of an actual physical sperm cell. There's no doubt that the Egyptians knew what a sperm cell looks like, because in another depiction in one of the tombs, Ramses VI, again, sperm appears as little serpents with heads. So the Egyptians aren't simply imagining what they know what a sperm cell looks like. They actually do know, and how they know is in fact one of those mysteries that should be addressed and that normally isn't addressed by academic Egyptologists.
Right, so we have to understand that and realize that our semen can, like I said, it can create life. It has the power to create another human being. That's how powerful it is. And some of us, we just, skeet it on a tower, just wasting it on the bed sheets, right? Not realizing what we're doing. That's why we have that guilty conscience after we do such act, right? You ever notice when you complete the job, complete the task at hand for the night, and you feel this, guilt. You have this guilt about yourself, like, man, why did I do that? You start feeling bad about yourself. You feel disappointed. You feel disgusted that you did this. It could be a powerful moment during the moment. It could be, something powerful, something that takes you over because you're in your lustful state. You're operating within your lower nature, right? So when we channel that Kundalini energy up to our higher chakras, we can understand and realize how potent our semen is and how potent and powerful our sexual energy is. We're able to utilize that sexual energy to do many great things, to do many different things in our life. Okay? So, I'm going to emphasize this. Sexuality equals spirituality, right? When we, understand ourselves on a spiritual level, mental level, physical level, on a sexual level, we understand that sexuality is spirituality, right? So when we're meditating, you feel that ecstasy, right? You feel that sexual energy rising up in your body. To be honest, it feels better than sex to me, to be honest, because you feel that ecstasy, right? Because sexual energy is spirituality. They're one and the same. They're not separate from each other. So we have to understand that and realize that. So, why they don't want you to retain? How come they don't want you to retain, right? And what I mean by they, it could be the powers that be, the elites, the mass media, the secret societies, the people within the secret societies. How come they don't want you to retain? How come they don't want you to practice semen retention and look at your own semen as something very powerful? They know how powerful semen is, right? They know, right? These secret societies, these people within these secret societies just own the majority of the major corporations that exist today. And most of these major corporations that exist today predominantly own majority of the mass media, like the Knights Templar, the Freemasons, the Skull and Bones, the Illuminati, all these different groups. They learned all this knowledge from the ancient Egyptians. That's all it is. They got all this knowledge from the ancient Egyptians, from the ancient Kemetic people. They were the first ones to teach about this stuff, this esoteric knowledge and these esoteric teachings. They're the ones that got this from the ancient Egyptians, right? But they tend to use their knowledge. They tend to use the stuff that they learned for darkness. They tended to use it, to manipulate people, to control people. They use it in a very dark way. They use it for capitalism. They use it for, consumerism, especially in the West. They utilize this information for consumerism and capitalism and, wealth and power and things of that nature. So they got all this information from the ancient Egyptians, okay? They program us with lust and make us look at sex as something to get our rocks off, rather than to look at it as something sacred and potent. Okay, so you can see it within, the mass media. You can see it within social media. You can see it within movies and TV shows and, online like porn. They try to promote lust. They try to promote sex. That's why you always seeing sex everywhere. Different types of sexual acts and everything's sexual, right? Because they say that sex sells, lust sells, right? They know how to get to the men, right? With beautiful women, beautiful looking women, right? So they try to promote all this lust and this sex to try to get guys, to try to get dudes like us to fall short, right? To, masturbate frequently, right? They try to promote all this lust and sex, to help get our rocks off, to, fulfill our lustful desires and our sexual desires and our fleshly desires, right? But it's important for us to, actually study this, right? To look at this a little bit deeper, to look at, sacred sexual energy a little bit deeper than that. Look at it in an esoteric way. Looking at it as in an esoteric fashion. You see what I'm saying? So they try to program us to think of sex as something, as a recreational sport, right? To look at, women as just sex objects, just women, looking at women just to have sex with, right? The music promotes it as well. A lot of the rap music that's out right now, a lot of the rap music promotes this thought, promotes these feelings, promotes these acts, right? So it's important for us to, actually, take the time to study this, take the time to look at semen retention in a totally different way, in a deeper, innate way, right? So that's why I came up with with these teachings. I came up with this video to spread this message to you all, to you men out there that's watching this video, to, get on your stuff, get on semen retention if you can, right? Especially if you're single, right? It's important for you to develop that self-discipline, right? Not just with semen retention, but just with anything in life. Become this disciplined man. Become this disciplined man, because when you practice this self-discipline, when you abstain from, different types of things, whether it be overeating, masturbating, all these sorts of different things. When you practice self-discipline, your spiritual energy gets stronger, right? When your spiritual energy gets stronger, that's when you become powerful. That's when we become powerful guys, become powerful men, right? So I'm telling you guys, it is the best feeling in the world when you develop that spiritual currency, when you develop that spiritual essence about yourself. Because when we, fulfill our lustly desires, it may feel good in the moment, but then the next day you start feeling bad about yourself. I'm telling you, it's not worth it, right? So when you practice self-discipline, that's always worth it, right? It may be uncomfortable at first, it may be outside your comfort zone, but once you start developing that self-discipline, your future self will thank you later. Your higher self, your future self will thank you later in the long run, right? And your spiritual energy starts to get stronger. You just start to feel good about yourself. You start feeling so good, man. I'm telling you, I promise y'all, I wouldn't lie to y'all. So get on semen retention and develop that self-discipline. All right. So this will recap today's video. This is the power of semen retention. Hopefully you guys have learned something in this video. Hopefully this motivates you to, grind, to, get on your stuff, practice, get on semen retention, just developing that godhood, developing the God that you already are, right? So hopefully you learn something from this video. Share this video if you can with your friend, with your friends, with your homies, things of that nature. All right. So till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within, and always keep the faith, because God in the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys, and God bless.